I have a question while we have a stop. Under Alabama Code Section 34.8A-4F, it states in part, after March 26, 2012, appointments shall be made so that no more than one board member from any congressional district may be appointed to serve at the same time. It doesn't say, we'll try to work with you around that. It doesn't say, we'll try to work with the governor around that. It is a shall list. This has been an issue since 2015. That has been a significant issue that has been brought up to this board. It has been appointed. There were appointments that were made in 2023 that directly went against the law and what the law required. So, Mr. Warren, we had this discussion the other day. This isn't the first board that you've had that's just blatantly not followed the law. Sure. Yeah, I'm an attorney as well, so let's have that discussion. Okay. I'm looking at the law because the law is in the report here. You're the attorney for the board. We have the executive director for the board, and everyone is saying, well, that's not my responsibility. That's not. So is there anyone in the room today whose responsibility that is to make sure that the law is actually followed?
That would be somebody from the Alabama Counseling Association. It's called ALCA.
Okay.
Much like the medical board gets nominations from the credentials committee, not from the board. It's how each individual, and Ms. Wilcox, I know you know, being head of boards, agencies, and commissions, each appointments to boards are specific to the law of that board. So if there's someone here from the association that would like to speak, but I believe it's as Mr. Warren said, you cannot force somebody to volunteer their time to be on a board. And if they're not there, they're not there. But please don't lay this at the foot of the board.
Okay.
I have nothing to do with that.
Well, one of the things that I asked from Mr. Warren, and I appreciate the letters that we've received, was any communications from Mr. Warren or you as the attorney to the association to say, hey, this is a problem. They've addressed this. Can you guys, when you address the appointments to the process, can you tell us?
Years.
I've asked for copies of those letters.
We don't have to have letters. They come to our board meetings.
Okay.
And we tell them in live public, in front of the public. Nothing, no, letters. We tell them in front of the entire public.
Is that in the minutes? Do you have anything to document? Because let's play lawyer to lawyer. Is there a document?
Can you trust me?
No, ma'am, I cannot. I don't know you, and I don't trust people, and we're not put up here. That's not our responsibility to trust you. Our responsibility is to review the board. And I can't believe you would walk into a court or any other line as an attorney and say, just trust me, when we've asked for documentation for what you have.
Sir, it's not up to us. It's not up to, it's the association, and that's in black letter law.
I've just asked for communication that you have to try to guide the association to say when you're appointing someone to our board that you've done this. Now, I
believe you'll find that email this morning, but there are other communications, and we will search the minutes. Do I have the minutes on me this morning? No, sir.
I asked for it on the 18th. If any letters, any correspondence that you have that Mr. Warren would have to be able to show, hey, this is where we've kind of drawn that attention to. This is where we've kind of told the board when you're making these decisions. And it doesn't say, and again, let's go back to the law. It doesn't say, well, you have to find somebody from each district. It says you shall not appoint two people from each from a second district.
Point, sir.
So when we say, and let me finish, because when we say shall not appoint more than one board member from any congressional district, the problem is that there are two board members, which is a direct violation from the law, that are serving in two different congressional districts.
How would you suggest to,
Ma'am, Mr. Warren is making $282,000 a year from this board, and you're an attorney from the board. I would love to see some documentation to show this is what we've tried to do to help the board come compliant.
To the extent that y'all are able to find anything either by letter, email, anything in the minutes, I think it would be helpful to the committee to see that. I will say this, I think, first of all, are those appointments subject to confirmation from the Senate?
No, they're not.
They're not,
Your
okay.
governor appointed only.
I was going to take a little bit of a blame from the Senate standpoint that maybe we were negligent in our duty responsibilities to assure that those that came over met the legal qualifications. But it looks like we're the Senate confirmation, and the Senate as a whole is off the hook on that. So.
We would love to have people from each congressional district, but we don't have the power or authority to appoint those persons. And we cannot turn down a governor's appointment. We can't say, Governor Ivey, we cannot put this person on the board that you put on the board because they're in the same
It is my experience that you can easily give that
Yep.
feedback to the appointment person with the governor. So I have not found the governor's office would not accept those recommendations and like the knowledge of make sure that the corrections are appointed. So I would like to caution you on that because if given the information, I just don't believe they'd submit that.
Well, we will begin to work with the governor's office on that immediately. It's not our intent to have any congressional district represented more heavily